Welcome back to
Woo!
the program. Geek Hard's guest of the year, Ryan Allen. How you doing, man?
Woo! Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Academy.
There we
Um,
go.
Super honored to be back. I was in some good company, sounds like there, and you guys got good taste. What can I say?
There you go. There you go. Did you ever, when you did the interview with us back in September, did you ever think you would win guest of the year?
I didn't even know it was on the table, to be honest with you. So it's
Yeah.
it's a pleasant surprise, 100%.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
and Ryan, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you because I said I would. We did have some people write in saying that if you didn't win, that they would riot on your behalf and in your honor. How does that
Yeah.
make you feel, knowing that there is a group of people out there that are willing to riot for you
Well,
to win something?
I've been fortunate to have roles on shows that have crazy cult followings. Like I did a little thing on Blue Mountain State. Shoresy is another show like that. Even the small role I had on Strange New Worlds. I've been lucky to get into franchises where those fans will come for you
Yeah.
if they feel wrong, bro. Like they'll come for you.
No,
Yeah, no.
totally, totally. And if they're for you, they'll support you like no other. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
I
hundred
got it.
percent.
So of course, here in Canada, all of the episodes of Shoresy season 5 have dropped.
Yeah.
For our American listeners, it'll be coming to Hulu on February 21st. You'll be able to watch the episodes then. Of course, the first two episodes dropped on Christmas Day. And, we had to wait a little bit for Big Mo to return. He showed up at the end of episode 3. But it's funny. I went back and watched the first season and the episode that introduces Big Mo and all
Yes.
of Shoresy's family.
Yes.
And you look back at him then, he's a humble guy. He's Raz and Shoresy. He's got a family. He runs a Tim Hortons. Now coming up to season 5, there's kind of like an evolution of the character.
Yeah.
He lays out things logically. He keeps it simple. He's great backup for Shoresy as his assistant coach. He keeps a level head when other people are kind of freaking out,
Hmm.
and kind of has like this stature, like a commanding stature. For you playing the character, what was it like for you of these past 5 seasons to see the evolution in your character?
Well, for this particular season, the way I thought about it, and Jared and I talked about it, was like he's going back to a guy that he used to be, right? Like when Big Mo played sports, he was super serious, super intense. Sure, he was level headed, but if things need to be taken care of, physically speaking, he was going to be doing it. And he wasn't a guy you wanted to be on the wrong side of. And I think when we meet him in season 1, he's grown out of that.
Mm.
You know, he's happy go lucky. But his little brother calls on him, and he needs him for to take on those Europeans, and so he turns back the clock a little bit, and you see a little bit of the old Mo for sure. And that was fun to play because, like, I mean, he gets to be more involved in the hockey side of things, which was, I mean, the origin of all of this stuff comes from guys who just love to play hockey.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And that, like, looking at it, it was great to see that exploration and getting to see you out there doing your thing, but I have to ask, what was it like wearing the baby blues?
Sick, man. You see how good I look in them?
You
No, actually, I went to my wardrobe fitting. I was like, "Are you guys kidding? This is amazing." I've never been afraid to rock a nice color. These are some nice colors right there.
There you go. Was
Yeah,
it
no,
ever decided exactly what the color was? Because we heard baby blue, blue blonde, light turquoise. All of those were thrown around.
So, I mean, I joked with Jared. I was like, you must have had so much fun researching all these different blue terminologies. Like, you have no idea, man. I think my favorite was the robin's egg blue.
right.
Robin's egg, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a show that likes to have fun poking it, like poking at itself, like and not taking it too seriously. But one of the things about the show and and your character and your relationship with Shoresy is that even though there is those moments that happen that are fun and and everything, is that there's always that like subtext of seriousness and like we're doing the job, but it never strays too far from that core comedy that exists, like even
Yeah.
like one of my favorite things between Mo and Shoresy is every time Shoresy starts to try and talk about Big Mo, and then the emotions that go over him like just wave
Yeah.
over, like for you as you're going through like playing all these scenes where it is that nice balance of the comedy and that serious subtext. What was that like? You having a lot of fun with that?
It's an interesting experience for me working on Shoresy, because I'm an actor who I pride myself very much on what I can find, like in the script, that maybe other people don't see. What can I mine? What can I, what lines can I draw to a different perspective here? But Jared's writing is so good. I really just do the best I can to stay out of the way, get inside of the character and say those lines, because it's a big part of the comedy is the rhythm of the language. Like he's quite a wordsmith, right? And so you don't want to put too much mustard on that hot dog, so to speak, right? And as far as I mean, it is hard to keep a straight face during some of those scenes for sure, because it is legitimately funny. But I think the best comedy comes from those intense, serious moments. Like this grown man crying because he loves his brother is melodrama, so much to the point where it's actually funny.
But then it's so funny that it's also extremely sweet and heartfelt all at the same time, which is fantastic. In fact, I ran into you at a mutual friend's house party.
Yeah.
And as you were leaving, that's what I said. I said, by the way, man, just the heart that you have such great chemistry with Jared. You guys feel like real brothers on screen because there's this level of heart, but then there's also hilarity. Like, and there's even a scene without the hilarity when Shoresy's going to everybody saying, "Who are you? Who are you?" And he says, "Big Mo," and you go, "Shoresy's big brother." And he starts to this moment didn't feel as funny as it just felt legitimately heartfelt when he breaks down, starts crying, sort of thing. It was such a sweet moment. Did you when you were working with Jared, did you find the chemistry came so easy for you guys?
Definitely. Before I ever worked on the show, before I'd ever met Jared, he won a CSA for, I want to say it was maybe remember when he played Don Cherry in that movie?
Oh, the Don Cherry biopic.
Yeah, and he came up and in his acceptance speech, he said, "I want to thank my family because without them, I'm nothing." And that resonated so much with me because I'm very close with my family as well. I found myself getting emotional. And so when I finally met him on set, I told him this, and he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, man." It was like a huge thing. He's like, "I knew I got the right guy," because like we both were singing the same thing, right? We both vibe that way, where family's super important, and a lot of what we do is rooted in doing it for them, so to speak. So the chemistry came easy. Also, we both love to nerd out over hockey fights. There's a website called hockeyfights.com. I don't know if you know about it, but I have spent hours watching many, many fights, not just from the NHL, but the leagues. Like the minor leagues are way better. And for anyone who knows, that show is riddled with a bunch of famous guys in the niche world of hockey fights in the minor leagues. And so I don't often get starstruck, especially I've worked with a lot of actors who have great names and whatnot, and I just think of them as colleagues because we are at the end of the day. When I'm on that set with some of these guys who have well over 100 fights, I'm like, wow, your head is hard.
Yeah, they make them tough, boy. They do, definitely. We got a couple emails that came in. One from Brian W. that says 16 years. Really? Oh my gosh. Seems like only yesterday. Love the Geeks. Well, thank you. Yes, it's our 16th anniversary. Congrats, going guys. Strong here.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Ralph H. writes in, happy to the Geeks. Somehow it doesn't seem like over 800 weeks. Great guests each show. And this I know, since I listen each and every week to the flow. Geeks, go, go, go. Ralph, that was a beautiful poem.
That was good.
I've been asking for months for people to write poems, and Ralph delivered tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good stuff, Ralph. That's awesome. You know, and it's actually it's fitting because you kind of hit on it a little bit earlier, and Ralph just did it with that email when you were talking about Jared writing Shoresy, like that there's a
Lyrical.
specific,
Yeah.
a specific rhythm to the way that he says everything in that show. Coming out of Letterkenny was the same thing. There's a very specific type of talking. And you mentioned earlier being on Strange New Worlds, which Star Trek has a very specific type of patter as well. For you as an actor, like, and you said you got out of the way of the script and out of trying to do what you would normally do to a script. Was that like a lot more fun for you to try and like get into that pattern and understand that type of language, or was that something that you kind of like had a little, maybe thought about a little bit more, or had a little bit of a struggle or something like that? Like, is it really easy to just to get out of that way?
I think I'm fortunate that I come from a theater background. So like standing on a stage and delivering Shakespeare for 2.5 hours makes kind of like nothing in film and TV is really going to be overly challenging in terms of just speaking the text. So I'm lucky I have that background. That's what's amazing. These hockey guys who have no acting training, who rip off these lines, it's like, you can tell they became pro athletes because of their work ethic, because they applied the exact same work ethic to learning these lines. But as far as like, it's fun in the sense that I love the show and I love the style, but it's like certainly challenging in the sense that you have to remind yourself to, as I said, not put too much mustard on the hot dog, right? It's like, just say the lines, man. Say the lines.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Because he's so good. He's really a savant, man. Like, he's quite special. His writing is quite unique. Just say what he wrote. Like, I love to ad lib, and I've done a lot of comedy where I ad lib. You don't touch this guy's writing. Yeah,
because I was rewatching when I was watching this series, and I'm always reminded every time I watch something from Jared that this is the pattern that he's been using. Whether it's Shoresy, Letterkenny, for example, compared to other shows that we watch and you perform on and stuff like that, where I could see how that could trip you up a little bit, because sometimes because of the way that they say certain things, it's not always the most natural way of speaking, because it has that, it kind of in some ways reminds me like of Mamet or Shakespeare, like that there's that patter that's very specific, which of course is also hockey. So because hockey loves patter.
Totally. The other thing I'll say, and I hope this is like not too much revealing too much, but we're a Canadian show, so we have a Canadian budget. And Jared is very ambitious. The crew is very ambitious, and they pull it off. But we shoot like 20 pages plus a day.
Wow.
Yeah. So there really isn't the space or the time for you to figure it out. But like, oh, maybe I'll try it this way. It's not a whole lot of that.
Well, it's like we're burning daylight here, kids. We got to get this done. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we do rehearse quite a bit, like in between takes, for sure.
Of course,
nice.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no. The one other thing that was great to see Big Mo do is that Big Mo finally got to share a scene with Jory Jordan. He was we've had him on the show. We love that kid, but
you had McLean on?
Yeah, we had him on.
Oh,
he's
really?
Great. So a total sweetheart compared to Jory, but but the character is such a little shit. Like that must be the part where it's hard to keep a straight face, because the guy McLean's delivery is so great that he's just like
right on it.
There with the one-liners, off and off and off. Yeah. So what was it like for you to get to do a Jory Jordan scene?
It was great, man. Once again, the writing is super good there. Where he toes the line there when he's talking about, well, we white people can't say brother the same way black people say brother, and like, this is amazing. But when I'm doing the scene, I'm just in character, right? So Big Mo doesn't find that stuff funny. All Big Mo cares about is supporting his brother, and it's when you're doing those scenes with really funny guys like that, or women, or whoever, you really got to double down on your commitment, which I have no problem with. I love to act. So the greater the challenge in terms of staying in character, I'm way more interested. I'm definitely in. But once it's done, they say cut. I turned to McLean. I'm like, buddy, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff. That's really good.
If people notice that you stay so focused and in character and are not breaking at these funny moments, do you ever find, does anybody like try to bust you out of it? Like they try to,
That's a dangerous game with me.
Right. Okay.
As a kid can go both ways.
Right. Gotcha. No, I get you.
I see. So as
they
metaphorical
could be
as
going in thinking they're
dropping.
they think they're gonna break you, but instead they end up finding themselves broken themselves. So
yeah, exactly.
There you go. That's good stuff.
Don't mess with somebody who's watched like hundreds of hockey fights on hockeyfights.com.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying here, folks. Don't mess with people like that.
Oh man. Now, of course, when you were on, we talked about Normal, which is going to be coming out this year. It's slated for an April release. Really looking forward to people checking out that. But there's also another film that you did that's currently in post-production, Being Human.
Oh, yes.
About the story of Judy Heumann, who led this 28-day sit-in at San Francisco's Federal Building. And you play Willie Dix in it. It's got Dylan O'Brien's in it. Mark Ruffalo's in it. I know you really can't talk too much about the film itself, but what was it? Was it a good experience? You guys shot it in Toronto, correct?
Yeah, it was a great, never before. So because of the subject matter, a tremendous amount of our actors are differently abled people. Like they're in wheelchairs. And so the set had to be completely accessible. So never before have I seen so many trailers with ramps to the hair and makeup, ramps to wardrobe, ramps to lunch. And it just made me feel so grateful. Like you take for granted, like the access we have is people who can walk wherever we'd like. So it was a great moment for reflection. I think the movie is going to be super cool. It's a true story. I play the character with the best name ever, Willie Dix.
Willie Dix.
And he is, I can say that he does have an afro, so they did have to put an afro on me. So that was pretty fun. Wearing an afro and a 3-piece suit in July.
Fun.
Perfect time for that. Perfect weather.
I almost blew the budget on towels for wiping my sweat off. But you were talking about Normal a second ago. We just got into South by Southwest. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I just heard, was it yesterday? 2 days? Yeah. So that's super exciting.
That's awesome. Have you ever been to South by Southwest before?
No.
Are you going to be heading out with the for the?
I got to make a decision. I got to decide. I just found out. Like I was just talking just before this, I was on a FaceTime call with Billy McLean, who plays the other deputy with me, and we're trying to make some plans. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But it's one of the top festivals in my opinion in the States, and if you're going to go, it's one of the ones to go to for sure.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. That's great. That's awesome though that Normal's playing there. That's fantastic, man.
Yeah. No, can't wait. Everybody who has it, like if you've heard us talk about it, you heard Ryan's original interview where for the reason that he won tonight, you got to see Normal. And Ryan's amazing in it because you are, dude. Like you're killing it. But that movie is awesome. And everybody who hasn't had a chance to see it at a festival or anything like that, go check it out in April when it comes out because you're gonna have a good time.
Thanks, James. Thanks, man.
Yes, indeed. No, very good film.
Yeah.
Very good film.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Just want to say again, man, it's been great to have you on the show. We enjoyed having you on the first time. We know we're going to have you on again because you're working. You're still working. Yeah. As long as you keep working, we'll keep bringing you on. That's the way it works, man. That's the way, like I always say to everybody that comes on that we enjoy, we're like, well, you're coming back. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Well,
we actually had Maxime Roy on the show last week.
Oh yeah,
talking to her, and the thing that she brought up that I always like is that Jared's a guy that remembers, so that he's like, if he works with you and he knows that you're a good guy and he knows you had a good time, he's gonna bring you back for stuff. We like to have that mentality as well. If we have a good time with you, we definitely bring you back on the show.
Nice.
So
Cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm honored, man. It's I find when I do the last time and this time, I was forgetting. Oh wait, yeah, we're recording this. It just feels like I'm talking to some. I'm just having a regular chat with some guys, you know. So it's a real nice manner you guys have about yourselves. It's real natural, real casual, real cool. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
It took us 16 years to get that good. That's
Has
what
it been? Yeah, 16 years, eh?
16
Yeah,
years.
bro. 16.
Yeah, we launched February 5th, 2010. That was our first Friday night.
Do you remember that first one?
I do. Green has blocked it out of his memory, but I remember it quite well. Our
Did
first
you
words were.
I've
Pardon me?
blocked up.
What was
Did you
that,
have
Brian?
guests? Did you have guests that night?
We did not have guests on the first
Okay.
night. No, we didn't have our first guest wasn't until episode 4. But I remember the start of the show. I said, "Hey, everybody, how y'all doing out there? This is Geek Hard." And then I probably quoted some line from a movie. I can't remember exactly which one it was. And then Green went, "Hope you're liking us."
I did not.
You did. You're like, "Hey there, hope you're liking us." Like that.
I honestly, Ryan, I don't even remember, like 3 years ago what we did. Like ever since COVID, and and that is like it seems like a trillion years ago, but yet like yesterday. That's
Yeah.
but 16 years helps you get there. That's the thing, it helps you get there.
Practice makes perfect. And as you know, like as an actor, for the amount of years you've been doing it, the longer you do it and you keep doing it, the better you get. Hopefully that'll happen with us and we'll actually get better at it. But who knows?
Fingers crossed one day we're good at this.